The sound of a beating heart modulates into the steady thump of music that blares within Underworld. Donica, Tess, you are stood just outside. The bouncer is giving you a particularly strange look as this individual is clamped onto you, Donica. Looking down upon him, this individual, this ex-hospital admin assistant, he has a really, really bad lazy eye that sort of rocks back and forth along the bottom of his eyelid. And he, if anything, looks slightly more rattish than when you first encountered him and punched him so hard in the head that you essentially, if left be, would have comatose him for life. And he is gripping you. What do you want to do? Oh, am I roboting?
I will basically like take his arms off me and just like forcefully like take them off and put them down. And I will say, perhaps this is something we should talk about somewhere else.
But I know you. I could smell you. Please don't.
Okay,
don't
let's
let
go
me go.
inside. Let's go inside, maybe.
But I want to come with you. I want to come with you.
Come with Donica. Come on, boy.
I'm going to look around at the others and see if they have any fucking idea what's going on, particularly at Toph, like shrugging.
So I imagine you guys are approaching the table where Sig and I are.
Yeah.
Well, so when Toph sees you shrug, he smiles, this big broad smile, and he's like, "Well, looks like you got yourself a pet."
I don't want a pet. How did I get him? What did I do? I don't.
Thinking back to the hospital, and he signals you to come in a little bit closer. I mean, it's fairly loud, but still, so he doesn't want somebody to hear. He says, "You didn't happen to lick someone, did you? Heal a wound on him?"
Yeah, but Mr. Gisborne did that to show us how it worked, and we didn't turn into anything.
This wonderful person, he did something. I can feel his blood within me. He looks at you with a maddened grin.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Well, Toph just laughs a bit, and he goes, "Well, he's yours now."
What do you mean he's mine? I don't fucking want him. I got enough trouble going on.
You're Ghoul. He'll do what you tell him to do.
Like a ghoul? Like undead? Like a ghoul?
We use them.
Wait, wasn't the guy, like, wasn't he one of those, like, that guy? The one we...
Oh, shit! Yeah. Okay, so what does it mean?
What does it mean? It's a good thing. Really good thing. He can work. He can do things for you when you can't. You can walk out in the daylight.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, wait a second. And he's alive, and so he has like a real bank account, and he has like real stuff that he owns, like rent and... Yeah, okay. This is... All right.
It could keep you safe. You'll need it.
The ghoul is staring at you, Donica. His gaze hasn't left you for 1 second. Well, at least from his left eye. And you notice that there is a steady, he's just staring at you like that. And there's a steady river of drool that slowly leaks from the corner of his mouth and dribbles down his weak chin.
Are they all like this? Like dumb?
They're not.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what Toph's gonna say. He said, "Nope, got
Oh,
be honest with you, Donica. I've never seen one quite like this one."
so what? I got a bum deal. I got like the worst ghoul.
Well, you did kind of give him a bash in the head, if I remember correctly. Maybe you you know.
I think he scrambled up his
Not
old
something worse.
and Toph taps his forehead. And he goes, "I think he scrambled up the old eggs up there."
You gave him brain damage, and now he's what, a slave? Oh, good. For fuck's sake. Undo it.
You can't undo it, right, Toph? You can't undo it. Can I undo it?
I could take care of it for you if you want.
You don't need to kill him. I mean,
Oh, whoa!
Shh.
What kind of guy you take me
That's
for?
loud.
I kill him?
hey, when you say take care of something, I assume it's destruction.
No,
Okay, hey, buddy, what's your name?
you can
I'm like-
release him if you want, but why would you?
What's my name? He sort of looks as if like he doesn't fully understand the question. My oh maybe this might be of help. And he rummages into his pocket and he pulls out like a lanyard, looks a bit like that, and he looks at it and you can see it's a hospital lanyard, and upon it is written Gavin Jordan. Gavin the Ghoul.
Gavin. Gavin, do you have a family or anything like that?
I don't know.
For fuck's sake, Gavin, get it together.
I think you're my family.
This laughs. Oh, God. What have you done?
Look, I mean, if he has, like, what if he has people? Like, he can't just go missing. He can't turn up like this. He's gonna fucking talk about me. I mean, what am I?
What's your name?
I like look at the rest of them. I don't think I want to tell him. He'll just say it all the time. I don't think it's wise, right? Fuck. Can you talk to Faye about this? Maybe he'll know what to do. I don't know.
If you're my family, then you should have a family name.
Ratu.
Ratu.
Yep, I'm Egyptian.
Oh. What's Egyptian?
Yeah, okay. Right. I mean, you're still there. Some of you still there, right? You understand what I'm saying.
He just looks at you vacantly.
Just looks at this guy. She looks over at Siegfried and goes, I mean, are we sure he can even feed himself and he's not going to wet his pants?
Feed,
Whoa.
yes. I'm ever so hungry, but anything I try, it just seems pointless.
Okay,
Then
here's the deal, Gavin. You work in the hospital, yeah? You're from the hospital, the big building with all the doctors, the people who dress like you.
Yes.
Okay, here's the deal. There's blood in that hospital, in bags.
Right.
Right. And you work there, so you're going to get a little bit every day, one bag, and you're going to bring it to an address that I give you, And if you do that for a week, then I'll feed you.
For a week. I'm so hungry. I was driven by near starvation to find you.
Do I think? Actually, I'll ask Toph. So I gave him obviously some of my blood, right, which heals people. If you give him more, do you think he'll get fixed?
I don't think so. I think what you did was permanent. And this whole time, Toph just has this big shit-eating grin on his face, seeing you having to deal with this ghoul.
Okay, Gavin.
Who?
So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna feed you now, and then you're going to do the thing I told you to do. Okay, every day you're gonna get blood from the hospital. You're gonna do it so quietly, no one is allowed to see you.
No one is allowed to see me.
Yeah, you have to be really sneaky about it. And if
Really
somebody asks you, you say that you are high.
Hi.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, exactly. And that you have been stealing meds.
Meds.
Yes. Okay. If they ask you what you're doing, that's what you say. What do you say?
I was high, and stealing meds.
Yes. Great. Okay. Good. Great.
What's your favorite flavor?
Of what?
Of blood, stupid.
Oh, I don't think I'm picky, to be honest. Don't take the O negative. Is that the one that everyone can use? Don't take that one. Take one of the common ones.
The common ones. Like vanilla.
Yeah. Sure. Yep. I think A is. I'm actually asking now. I think like A is common, right? Like
Yeah, I think so.
So
A, B.
Yeah. Don't take O negative. Take A. Okay.
A, B, positive.
Yes.
Positive.
You should probably tell him not to take blood that's contaminated or messed up.
Yes.
You know.
You need to take.
Wait. Did we get ill?
It's not worth it.
I mean, if
I don't
the
want to
blood
find
is,
out.
I don't see why it wouldn't be possible. Okay, Gavin. So it has to be fresh. It has to be from the room that they store it in. Probably a cold room would be my guess.
He just looks at you.
Okay, you'll figure that out. You're a smart guy, Gavin. So, okay, great.
Just
Yep.
drop.
I'm thinking.
Just
If you push me, I will kill you. Stop it.
kill me.
Tess leans over to Siegfried again and kind of mutters and goes, "You know, after seeing what he drank at in the gutter, he's acting really picky."
Where do you live, Gavin? Where's your house?
The Tower of Light.
Right. Where's that exactly?
He points over his shoulder.
Okay. Let's go there now.
Okay. It's a bit of a walk.
Okay. You're a pain in the arse, Gavin. It's late, isn't it? It's like really late.
It's coming up to 5 a.m.
Yeah, okay. All right. So I'll order him like a pint, and then I will like and just like drop 1 drop of blood in it. There you
He
go.
feverishly just swipes the drink from you and is just downing it. You can see foam just trailing from both sides of his mouth, dripping all over his clothing. You can see that there's like he's still wearing his office clothes, and you can see he's wearing this shirt, and there's like a big patch of blood here that you can see beneath his collar, where clearly the impact to the side of his head, obviously, yeah.
So when he finishes that, I'll say, I'll like click at him again. Gavin, look at me. Okay, good. What are you going to do after this?
I am going to go to the blood place and get high and no. I am high. I am on meds.
And you're going to get
AB
blood.
positive. But that's
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, I'm going to go now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
Yes, I am, because it's coming up to morning and I have to go. Tomorrow evening I'll find you again, and I'll talk to you then.
Not if I find you first.
Do not find me. I will find
won't.
you.
Oh. And he looks genuinely distraught for a second.
Fucking hell. Okay, you can go.
Cuss is just over in the corner, just like, this can't go well. This cannot go well.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, he says to the rest of you.
Hi, Kevin.
Yeah, bye.
He gives you, Siegfried, a look like you just came into his house on Christmas Day and pissed on his kids. And
Yeah,
then he turns
Siegfried
around
just,
and
like-
walks away.
Siegfried his face just turns into surprise, like, what? And then he just looks over to Donica as if Donica could possibly know or expect it, and just, what the hell was that?
I don't know. So we can make those. We can make that happen. They get addicted to our blood. Why was this not told to us? That seems like it's really, really useful. If the person wasn't a fucking head case, it would be really useful.
Oh, God, this is a nightmare. What did you do?
Toph says, claps his hands together. I actually kind of liked him.
Someone is going to get hurt or in trouble or killed because of that man. I'm going to say it right now.
No, I think he's actually harmless and kind of dumb. I think what'll actually happen is he'll be caught and they'll send him to prison for stealing.
The dumb is the problem. I mean, I don't think he could find up. He was drooling.
I think that he would be worryingly resourceful if he thought it would lead to more blood.
This is just precious to Toph. He looks at you, Donica, and he's like, so, Donica, what do you think happens when he gets nipped? He starts talking.
He doesn't know anything.
Told him to take blood.
Uh-huh.
Feed him blood.
Uh-huh.
Welcome.
I mean, that could be the action of any lunatic.
No, like,
No.
what if that counts as breaking?
The only concern
Camarilla.
is that he's going to be taking blood from the same hospital that we were at when those Winchester people, already were there. They might be watching for something like this.
But Toph, what if he does say those things?
I know, right? Isn't it great?
No, it's bad. But
No, it's
They
awesome.
killed Donica.
Man, you are going to be so deep in the shit, Donica.
Donika's
The
going to
Camarilla-
stand up so quickly that the chair flies out from behind him. He's going to run out the front door and after this Gavin fella.
And and Toph just laughs.
You see him loping away down the street, heading south.
I'm just going to tail him, and when there's like an alleyway that I can pull him into, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, it doesn't take long. There's an alleyway. He's heading towards what looks like a tube station. You're not sure if he has an Oyster card. He may not even be able to use the tube. You don't know. But before then, you are able to quickly pull him into an alleyway. As long as it isn't like an attack, you can just do it for free.
Yeah. Listen.
What a nice surprise. It's almost like I saw you yesterday.
Yes, it was in fact several minutes ago. It's not your fault, Gavin, that you're useless and that you. It's my fault. I hit you really hard, and now your brain is not fully there. You're kind of a dope, and you're not really useful. And I think that you're going to get me in trouble. I think you might get us all in big trouble, and then I might get killed. Do you understand?
I don't think I do, but I'm glad you followed me because there's something I've been meaning to tell you.
Right.
I'm really glad we met.
Yes, I'm sure that that's the case. I think you're saying that because you are chemically addicted to my blood. That's the impression.
No, not
Yes.
at all.
I think that might be the case.
You're my friend.
I don't think that we're friends, Gavin.
Oh, wait, no. I'm high. I forgot.
Yes, you did forget. Yep. Can't trust you to do any of these tasks, Gavin. I think that you will fuck them up. To be honest, I think you're going to be a liability.
Can I have another drop, please?
Yeah, okay. And I'll do that, and I'll give him a drop from my thumb, and then I'm going to bite him.
Okay. Yeah, Dex and Brawn, isn't it? I think.
Oh, Gavin. It's like what's his name from Of Mice and Men?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you fully succeed. What do you do?
I'm gonna drain him.
Are you drinking?
I don't see why not. I wonder if that's bad for me. Well, I don't know, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to drink his blood, and I'm going to... I can't leave him here drained, can I?
Well, the thing is, and I'll explain to you, you start drinking because you declared you were going to drink, you start at least, you bite him and you go to start drinking him. And while it doesn't exactly it's like drinking seawater. It's kind of almost...
Oh.
It's like this really sort of thin kind of it's blood, it's almost blackish at a glance. And he's and he goes into that state and he's like, what? Oh, I didn't realize you wanted mine too.
Fuck's sake, what are you good at?
Do you want some?
No.
Here, he goes and reaches for a bottle on the alleyway, smashes it, and begins drawing the glass across part of his neck like that. Here!
Oh, God. Stop! Oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus.
And he's like, I thought you wanted.
The guy.
I don't understand.
I know you don't understand. I know. I'm gonna try and fix the bite marks on him. Not
Sure.
with blood. With spit. And I have to fucking fix his neck, I guess. Oh no, I'm just gonna let him die. Oh, I hate doing that. I don't think Donica would do that. It's different to him drinking, he feels. So
Shall I? Okay, let me see if there's. We'll cut away from you for a second because I need to take a look at the character sheet. We move back to the world, and the rest of you, you're beginning to sense that you get this kind of feeling in the pit of your stomach. It is an instinct that tells you that the night is running its course. What are you guys doing?
I imagine as Siegfried kind of feels that, he would just look to the others and say, "It's getting late or early, whatever it is. It'll be day soon."
Yeah, did Toph give you my message? You need to
I
get rid of
imagine
your-
it at this point, like Siegfried like pulls out his phone and just like check the time, and you would see that he has it. He would just kind of give you this look, like, "Huh?"
Yeah, you might need to get rid of your phone. You definitely need to get rid of your
Why
phone.
would I do that?
Because the sheriff came. And he wanted to know where you guys were, and he, like, sort of attacked Donica because Donica was mouthing off like he does. And we had to give him a contact number, and so I gave him yours.
Why would you do that?
Well, because it was either yours or Toph's, and I figure Toph has more people that he's actually connected to that are, like us, and like, you can take the SIM card with you or something, but you should get rid of your phone and maybe at least get a new number or something. I'm sorry. It was scary, and
What am I, just made of money now? I can just go buy new phones whenever I need to?
look, I'm not saying that, but what else was I supposed to do? I thought it was gonna kill Donica.
Could have given him literally any other phone number. Put something in there.
I mean, I don't know, I felt like he could tell if I was lying. I felt like he could tell if I was telling him the truth or not. Black eyes.
If we would look over to Toph actually and say, "Is there actually, like, even if he does have my phone number, what does that even do? Like, is that bad? Like, I don't know what to do."
It's at this point that Toph's kind of like stood up from his seat, and he was just about to walk off when you asked him the question. He's like, sure as fuck ain't good. I'm gonna let you kids figure this out. It's getting late. Gotta go. And he just he kind of makes his way through what's left of the crowd, of the few patrons left here in Underground. Really what he's doing, he's following after Donica.
Donica, you're racking your mind as Gavin appears to be in somewhat of a state. And you think back to something that you were either reading or maybe you saw it on TV, but you start to realize that this is very similar to the habits of a drug addict. And the very fact that he's been supplied with only a very, very small amount of the thing that he craves, if anything, is sending him a bit too far over the edge because he's getting a taste of it, but not enough to satisfy him. It's almost like torturous.
Okay. I'll like cop onto that and I'll go and like bite into my wrist. And I'll say, here, and let him drink.
With a squeal of delight, he hurls himself at your arm and just begins drinking. It is not the most pleasant experience for you from this particular individual. Let's just say that. How long do you let him drink for?
I guess he's just like, he won't stop. I would say 4 good gulps.
Yeah. So the usual that you would feed if you didn't want to kill someone, essentially.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
have your fill, but not enough to drain them. Obviously, you don't want him to drain you. That being said, yeah. So he is slurping, and eventually you pull away, and he sort of snaps back, and is kind of a little bit he seems a bit more lucid. That eye still rocking back and forth like a marble in a bathtub. And sorry, and he kind of looks at you and he says, do you still want me to? Do you still want the present?
I'll like lick my wrist to close the wound. Are you any better now?
Better?
Yeah, like, can you follow what I'm saying?
I understand you. Of course I do.
Right. Still seem a little bit spaced. Okay. Just go home. Don't get anything from the hospital. Just go home.
And he says, I'll go home.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. And he starts walking out of the alleyway again. The rest of you, if you were looking for Donica, you can catch up as he's walking away.
I guess he would like look at you and just like rub his face and say, I need to eat before I go to bed.
You have all actually fed, as Taylor rightly pointed out. We've had 3 sessions over Sunday night, and you have fed this evening. So it's not. If you want to, that's fine, but you don't have to.
Yeah,
it's up to you.
I just gave him a bunch of blood, though.
True.
You know, and I want to, whenever possible, avoid the feeling. I want to stay on top of it. You know.
Sure. So whilst Donica prepares himself to go and hunt, what's Tess doing right now?
Tess is probably still apologizing to Siegfried, and maybe filling him in a little bit on what happened with the sheriff being there. And seeing as Toph isn't present, she'll maybe say as much about having been wrong, and that she really doesn't want to work with or for the Camarilla.
They do seem like a questionable sort of people, to say the least. Maybe I can just like change my phone number online. That's a thing, right? I don't have to actually destroy my actual phone.
That's a Donica question. You know, I'm passable with tech, but
I'll try when I get home. Speaking of which, we should probably go soon. I'd rather not be out here when it starts to be day.
yeah, I'm getting this feeling like we need to be somewhere else.
And then we can sort this all out in the morning. And like he says in the morning, and then like he realizes that tonight, I guess, whenever it is, I don't know, later.
Tomorrow night. Oh,
Sure.
gosh, tomorrow's Monday. I have work. I should like pull out her phone and look and like check her emails and see if she's gotten any work emails. And be like, I think I was supposed to have a meeting.
Wait, yeah, I'm not sure if maybe you should call out. I'm not sure if you're
I don't know.
in a good
can you
position to be working.
can you call in sick if you're dead?
I mean, hard to find a better reason than that.
All right.
Did you say you were looking at your emails, Tess?
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you have it linked to the app on your phone, so you can just hit mail and it instantly opens up.
Mm-hmm.
Usually. A message comes up saying, cannot find an account.
Does this for both work and personal? It doesn't work?
Personal.
I'm like looking at it. See, Siegfried, I know you're probably the wrong person to ask, but I don't think it's working. I can't actually show him the phone, but there's no account? No, but I didn't delete it.
Toph, what are you up to?
So Toph is just kind of leaning up against the building at the alleyway. And he kind of watches as Gavin walks out of the alley. Probably doesn't even give him a second look as he kind of ambles along to wherever he's going. And he waits till Donica comes back out to the street. And he'd say, couldn't do it. Could you?
No, I'm not a murderer.
It's probably a good thing. Right? And he'd look right at you.
It's not his fault. He didn't. Yeah, he didn't deserve it. He didn't do anything.
Right.
He's a victim.
See how well that works for you.
Yeah, well, maybe I'm going to talk to Fag about it and see if he knows how to fix him. Because if he was not an idiot, he would be really useful.
It's true. He would be. So where'd you send him?
Home.
You sent him to the hospital, did you?
No. I sent him to his home.
Really? You sent him home?
Yeah.
Is he married? Does he have kids? Girlfriend?
I don't know.
Man, for somebody that's so fucking smart, that's so fucking dumb. What do you think his wife's gonna think, or his girlfriend? Kids? Maybe his parents. Maybe he lives with his parents when he walks in there. If he's not of his right mind. God. Donica. And Toph would start running after Gavin.
I guess Donica would too, but Toph is like 30 times as fast because he's got that Bruja celerity. So Donica would like start walking and then Toph would just go and vanish.
Okay, so you are running after him, but he's turned a corner and there isn't actually any sign of him. If you like, you can give me a perception and alertness check, please.
Not bad. I got 2 10s and a 7.
Those are criticals, 10s. So we need to remember to do that, by the way. You can re-roll those. I keep forgetting to remind you all. When you get a 10, you can re-roll it. I keep meaning to. Like, it's been 3 sessions in a row.
I have 5 successes.
5 successes. Yeah, you spot him, despite the fact that basically it's kick-out time for all the really late nightclubs that are in Camden. Despite that, you can see him disappearing into a underground tunnel. You assume to get the underground line south to it's the Croydon line. So
Toph would just come up on him. His eyes would be quickly scanning to see if he sees anyone else, hoping that because it's so early in the morning that the early birds haven't quite gotten up and getting ready to head out to their jobs yet.
It's kick-out time. It's kick-out time for all the nightclubs. So there's quite a lot of people around with him going into the underground.
Perfect. So he would just try to blend in with the group, with folks. Like, he's not running at full vampire speed. He's just kind of running along. So you just hear this clop, clop, clop of his boots. And he would just try to slowly work his way up alongside Gavin.
Yeah, he sort of just stood there waiting on the platform. There's like 24 people on the platform with him.
So he would kind of step up next to him and say, Gavin, right?
Oh, hello, it's you.
Yeah. Glad I caught you. Donica changed his mind. He wants you to come with me. He wants me to take you to him.
Who?
Oh, shit, that's right. He gave him a different name. Fuck. Shit. I'm wondering if Toph would make that mistake like I did. What was your name? It was the last of your Nostarat. It's Ratu.
Yes,
and
Ratu.
Yeah, he's waiting up on the street.
Ratu sent me home.
Yep, he did. And I'm going to guide him up onto the street.
He's not going with you.
I'm going to guide him up onto the street.
How are you going to do that?
I am going to put my arm around him like, yo, and I'm going to say really loud, yo, you're drunker than I thought, man. Let me help you. And I'm going to grab him very firmly, and I'm going to guide him.
Okay, that's going to be strength and brawl, or strength and brawl.
Strength
Do it
and
for a
brawl.
grapple. So,
Okay. Strength.
oh my god. Okay.
And 6.
Oh, you beat him. He got 4, but that's pretty good.
He's a big dude. I figured he was going to be pretty strong.
Well, no, he's not that big at all. But the thing is, ghouls do get like a slight increase in strength. They're slightly stronger than a normal human being. They're kind of a bit animalistic and a bit kind of feral. And he's, as you sort of grab him and sort of are dragging him out, he's basically screaming at the top of his lung. He's like, no, Ratu sent me home.
And Toph's just going to, when people are looking at him, he's going to say, I told him not to do those fucking drugs, but he didn't listen to me. He's on a freaking bad trip. I got to get him home. He's not even going in the right way. And he's just going to keep dragging him up.
Yeah, well, you can.
And
if you follow Donica, you could probably arrive at the front of the station at this point.
Yeah.
And the minute I see Ratu, I'm going to say, see, man, I told you. Ratu wanted you.
Ratu, hello.
All right, Gavin.
It's almost like it was yesterday.
Almost, yeah.
You sent me home. I'll miss my train.
I'm gonna look at Toph like, what? What's the plan?
Toph is going to shove him towards you, and he's going to say, "Do what you got to do."
Gavin,
You made the problem.
Are you married? Do you have a girlfriend? Who do you live with?
I married. Married? No. No. Wait. I'm married to 4 people. No, wait. I live with 4 people.
Okay.
But not for long. They will die. They will die. They will die.
Why will they die?
Everything does in the end.
That's right.
Could I live with you?
I don't really have anywhere to live, Gavin.
Oh.
I don't really have a place where I live.
Well, that's okay. We could find somewhere.
You guys can come to my place. It's not far.
Just
2
for
blocks
the night,
away.
Tough, and I will in the evening I will find us a place to go.
Tess, Siegfried, what are you doing? Did you follow? Siegfried, you tell me.
I think Siegfried is probably just going to go home. It's been a long night and there's just already so much. And Donica seems like he's probably got that under control. So yeah. Siegfried's just going to look over to Tess and say, "Well, we don't have that much time. I'm just gonna go home. You're welcome to keep coming along if you'd like."
Yeah, if you don't mind. Although we should think about maybe pooling some resources and finding a different place, as fun as the bathtub is.
As a point, you are still wearing the same
true.
clothes, Tess.
Wait, what?
Well, you don't have any other clothes.
No, we did. We, in like one of the first sessions, we stopped by Tessa's place and she grabbed a duffel bag full of stuff.
Oh, was it full of... Okay, fair enough.
Tess takes care of her appearance.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, it's a good idea. We should probably find somewhere else. But we can worry about that later.
Yeah, let's head home, I guess.
Okay. So you guys are going home. Donica, Toph. What are you doing?
Going to Toph's place.
Yeah, Toph's going to take him to his place.
Okay.
As they're kind of going down this kind of ratty, poorly lit stairway, there's probably garbage like situated in the corners of the stairs. He kind of looks over at Donica and he says, "Don't mind the mess. The maid hasn't been in for a while."
Oh yeah. Had a maid, did you?
Yeah, and he would just bring you up to this door, and you could see where the door has probably been kicked in 5 or 6 times and been shoddily repaired. And he doesn't. It's not even locked. He opens the door, and the smell kind of hits you. It just smells like body odor, booze, and other stuff.
think that Donica is like not the least bothered by it. Like he was fine in the sewers. This is like not a problem. There's something about his new form that like inures him to disgust. It doesn't really bother him. But maybe Gavin's not so pleased.
Gavin is absolutely delighted.
So,
And-
Toph, do you have a computer? No.
He kind of looks at you, and then maybe your eyes kind of scan around this flop of a pad that he lives in, and it's like he doesn't answer.
I guess he would like look around and just like throw a bunch of shit off one of the chairs and sit down. Whew. All right, I need to sleep.
And that is where we're going to take a short break. Hello, for those of you watching either now or after the fact. Welcome to Vampire the Masquerade London, the Heart Grows Fonder. We will be back in just a moment, but I will say when we return, it's going to be the next night. So that's where we're going to pick up from. So take 5 minutes, and we'll be back shortly. What a delightful early game.
Yes, it's the daytime still. And I mean, it's dark, but like it's only 7:30. It's like, oh god.
It's always dark in this part of the world.
Yeah.
I actually just realized I needed to ask Taylor something before the night concluded. But yeah, Gavin the Ghoul. Oh.
And there has to be a way to fix him, I think. There must be some way to fix that problem. Maybe it requires better blood than mine or something, but I don't know.
The only thing about ghouls, and maybe your character won't know this, but I'll just tell you, like, it has to be yours. It has to be your blood. You don't know. Maybe he'll get better over time. He's not going to be I don't know. You just don't know what he's going to be like. But you know he wants your blood quite a lot. So if him completing certain tasks depends on that, then you know
Yeah.
it's likely he'll be able to do something.
Yeah. As a quick aside, before Siegfried goes to sleep, he would probably log in to his phone service account, and you can usually change your number, like just like request for a new number, even like online. So he would try to do that and get his number changed.
Yeah, you'll be able to do that, and it will be able to. The turnover for that will be like it's usually like 24 to 40. It's like 48 hours, isn't it? Like it takes that long or something. But yeah,
Yeah,
that'll be fine.
I imagine it wouldn't be instantaneous. Yeah, but he would at least try to submit for it.
Yeah,
And
I need. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Taylor.
like I said, and Tess would recommend that he keep his phone off just in case they had some way to track it, as much as we don't really want the sheriff showing up.
I have a question to ask you, actually, Taylor. And as we're all back, we'll continue. When it got to sort of the morning, but you know you're already in Siegfried's at this point, so you're protected from the sun. Are you going to call work?
No. She kind of has this moment where she's an overachiever, a perfectionist, and the thought of not calling in and just not showing up to work and missing it and not having anyone know why really kind of grates against her. But then she thinks, well, I mean, if I died last week, that would be kind of weird. I shouldn't call in.
Okay. You are able to look at your phone with your email accounts. Or rather, your email account, your personal one, like I say, has been deleted. Your work one, however, has not. However, someone has been sending messages from your account.
From my account? From my work email?
Yep. And this is the weird thing. It isn't anything like out of the usual for working in your particular profession. It's like emails about certain cases with names that you recognize that you would have been working on, and also the odd little bit of gossip as well for the office.
Yeah, I imagine before she goes to sleep, she would call Siegfried over and go, look at this. It looks like I've been sending normal work emails, and I haven't. What?
What?
Yes, exactly. What? I didn't send those emails, but it's written kind of like how I write emails. I mean, heck, it even talks about Judy's nose job. Like, seriously, I don't know what's going on.
So wait, somebody hacked your work email,
Mhm.
and is all they did with that is did your work.
Yes. And my personal email's gone. I can't log into it. It says it doesn't
Oh.
exist. Can't find it.
Well, that one's a little concerning. I'll say that as much. But somebody wants to do your job. I guess that's not a bad thing, is it?
Well, I mean, no, but I kind of thought, I died, and that would just kind of be the end of. I don't know. Does the Camarilla do?
I don't know.
I'm so
I'm
confused.
not the right person to ask. It's weird. I guess I'm not sure what to make of that or really any of this. He just kind of trails off and shrugs.
So, oh, sorry.
No, she just like kind of shakes her head and goes, I give up. I'm going to bed.
Sleep awaits you all. Siegfried, you're having a dream. You sat before a gloriously crafted grand piano, and you're playing some famous concerto, perhaps, or ballad. But every time you get to the end, you can't seem to get the notes right. And you try again, and you play again, and then just at the end, you make the same mistake again and again and again. The notes swarming in your mind. It's a cacophony of dissonant sounds. Nothing is in key. Everything seems wrong, and then you wake with a start. It is now Monday night. How are you feeling, Siegfried?
Yeah, he wakes up with a mix of like frustration and confusion on his face. Just that like nagging feeling of that you get after you wake up from, I guess, well, nightmare would be perhaps a bit strong of a word, but less than good dream. He would just kind of try to shake off that weird, eerie feeling about it and like remind himself, like, okay, like that frustration's not real. That was a dream. Like, I didn't actually do that. I didn't actually go through that experience. Just try to calm down, take a couple deep breaths. Okay, we're fine. Like, it's all good.
Toph, you awake in your place, and I'm guessing Donica has gone to find somewhere where we can go and hang upside down.
Yep.
You see that Donica is still out for the count, but sleeping directly beneath Donica, like a faithful dog, is Gavin.
Yeah. As he sits there, like on the edge of his bed, just maybe like which is on the floor. He just kind of swings his legs onto the floor, and he just looks, and his mind is just kind of spinning. At first he was thinking, God, I gotta get rid of this guy. He's a liability. But the more he thought, and the more he thought about his plan, the more he's like, no, I got to convince Donica to keep Gavin. Gavin actually is something that is going to be useful. I think that's the best word for Toph, like useful. He has come to really, in his own way, like Donica for a lot of the same reasons and the similarities and how they deal with situations, but also because Donica is useful as well. The man strike that. The Embraced is really good with what Toph is not, technology. He's kicked his fair share of ATMs and vending machines. So he would probably just sit there, he'd pull out his busted phone. He'd scan through like a couple of hate messages he's got from his bandmates. He just passes right over those. He's looking for anything from Sid or anything else. And not seeing one, he would send a quick message to Sid. It would be just one word. Sheriff, ?
Sure. Message sends. But it hasn't been read yet. Donica, you wake up and you see Gavin beneath you. Never thought I'd say that.
I guess he would like open his eyes and then just like it wasn't some sort of fever dream that he had just before he went to sleep. There really is this insane person, though he can see him like curled up like a dog, and he thinks maybe that's useful. Somebody who can watch me when I'm out, and he'll like land on the ground. All right, Toph, we need to go to an internet cafe. I need to do things on a computer, and I'd actually prefer if it wasn't anyone's computer.
We're gonna cut straight to that moment. The four of you. Wait, are you telling Gavin to come with you, or is he gonna stay put? He's
Gavin
come
is
with you.
coming with, yeah.
Okay. So Gavin, seemingly happy just to be out, like dogs often are. You all meet at the an internet cafe. Do you want it to be a particular kind of internet cafe? Do you want it to be a busy one? Do you want it to be one that people barely go to?
I guess one that you can pay for like a private. It would actually, if Donica would phrase it like he wants to go to the private booth for like creep reasons, but actually he wants so that he can like hack away without being hassled, and so that his creepy friends can come and stand around. So he would pay a little bit extra for that.
Yeah, you get like a back room.
Yeah,
sure. We cut to this back room. Yeah, what do you want to do?
So I want to like first of all check my black bank account and see what the story is with it. Like investigate what the story is with it. I also want to check like the old account that I had with my wife and see what the story is with that. And then I want to get Gavin's banking information and steal all of his money.
Okay, so I can answer this really quickly. Essentially, the black bank account, the amount in it emulates exactly the amount of money that was in it at the time of your embrace. However, that same amount of money still remains in your wife's account. Gavin is seemingly struggling to remember his own bank details, but you can see that he does have a wallet on him with a debit card.
Great. Yeah, I'll swipe that off him. Thanks. I'll just need it for a second. I'll say, and I'll like take it, and I'll begin investigating.
Okay. It has gold on it. He's looking at the chip on it.
Must be rich, huh?
Rich.
Okay. And I'll just get back to the task.
Well, the rest of
we are the we're the only people in this booth, right? Like it's just
you have like
only
a back room essentially where you can use like the connection and stuff, but you don't.
Yeah. So Siegfried would look over to Toph, almost with like just a barely a hint of a smile on his face. Hey, I had a question, Toph. So you seemed like you knew your way around Down Street pretty well. And obviously you know your way around your own people. Where can I find my people?
That's a great question. That's not Toph. I'm imagining it would be if we probably went to some posh art gallery would probably be a good place to start. Rob?
I'm going to say you are very aware of one person, and that is a very good reason why you're aware of this one person.
It's not the person that doesn't like me, is it?
No.
Okay.
All right. Toph, you're able to pull up. I'm going to say you just straight up pull YouTube up on one of the computers, maybe.
Yep.
And you type in Cinder into the search bar. you can see that there is a seemingly 20-something vlogger
So
who. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so Toph pulls up this vlogger, Cinder, and he has this. So it's up on this little laptop, and he just turns it over to Siegfried. Here you go. There's one right there.
Yeah, Siegfried would just look at the video and try to take a look.
So it's a really attractive young girl. She has fiery red hair, and it appears that she is a vlogger on all things to do with the arts. And surprisingly, you see that she has a phenomenal amount of subscribers. She is essentially a pseudo-internet celebrity. She talks of art, theatre. She also has her own studio. You can see that there's a number of tutorial videos about oil paintings and finger painting and all different types of different vocations that essentially that she practices, seemingly in the open.
Siegfried would kind of just like watching this video, just kind of nodding along, like the gears in his head, like turning. And he's going to take out his phone or just use one of the computers if there's more than just the one that Donica's on, and just type in this studio that she has. Siegfried's gonna Google it.
Yeah, you can see that she has an immense studio in Soho, where she also lives. Essentially, you aren't able to get the exact address, but I'm just going to say with Donica's help, you'll probably be able to narrow it down. Donica will be able to find that pretty easily, I find. So I'm not going to make you roll. So essentially, a studio in Soho.
Yeah, and then after like watching the video and looking that information up, Siegfried's just gonna look over at Toph. Well, you dragged me through all your bullshit, so we're gonna go at some point.
Toph would give you this very easy smile, and he'd say, "Whatever you say, man," and he'd give you a wink that's really uncomfortable.
Okay, so Siegfried and Toph are going to go to Soho. Are you all going to join, or what else are you going to do? By the way, Donica, you be I won't. In fact, no. I would like you to make a computer.
Okay, I did
intelligence check
5 successes.
Yeah, you're right. With his details, you basically just log into his stuff and transfer the money.
Yeah. I mean, is it a decent amount, or is it like nothing?
Let's find out how much Gavin has in his account. Now, bearing in mind that he's just an admin assistant, so okay. Gavin has some savings. That's £3,500.
Excellent.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Those in London.
Yep. So let's see. I'm gonna buy with some of that money a very expensive portable laptop. I'm going to also look for a place that I could live. Looking in like the shitty areas or like rundown areas. Like I'm not picky about where it is, just somewhere that I can put down his name, so that I can have a place to live. And I also want to figure out a way to put the rest of this money and other money that I earn into my other account with my wife without it looking weird or suspicious. Like, where's the money coming from? So I will think on that.
Perfect. I'm going to say that you're going to be able to do those things. So take a look at like roughly where you might want to like have that house, maybe.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you'll be able to with. Sorry, go ahead.
Is the area around Down Street, is that like a shithole or is it not?
Mayfair? No, Mayfair's pretty nice.
Oh, that's like the best part of Monopoly.
It is the best part of Monopoly. It's all right. Like obviously things change. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty great.
I wonder how I go about living in Down Street. That's another question.
Good
Okay,
ask.
yeah, I'll keep the money for now. I want to order that laptop and send it to Siegfried's house, and then not go to Toph's house, no way. And then I'll wait to do the rest another time. I'll follow these, and then I want to try and ruin that dude who Fake told me to ruin.
Are you spending all of the money on the laptop? The 3,000?
No, I'll spend 1,500.
1,500? How fast do you want it delivered?
I can wait. I mean, it's not like I've got forever.
Over day,
All right.
man.
yeah. 3 to 5 days, 3 to 5 working days, but it's a Monday, so it should be all right.
Great.
Perfect. Tess.
As Donica is finishing up, Tess is just watching his fingers just skate across the keyboard. She can barely follow what he's doing. He's going so fast. And she'll say, Donica, do you think you could figure out who deleted my email account? I can't find it.
Who deleted your email account? You must have done it, right?
No, my personal email doesn't exist, and someone's been sending emails from my work email.
Did you have two-factor authentication on? Fuck's sake. All right.
Oh, it's a pain.
So then it could have been anybody, basically. All right. Yeah, come here. And he would like pull up a chair or whatever. And he would like begin investigating, see if he can like log into what's left of the account or whatever else. If it was it linked to your work account?
The personal and the work were not linked.
Did you have any other email accounts that it would be linked to, like a Gmail situation?
I mean, I kind of had it like as a backup, I guess. Like I could technically get back into it if I forgot my password enough times from my work one.
Okay, did you get an email to that account?
No.
Okay, then how'd they get in? Ugh, and he's just like, fuck's sake. And he would just begin the frantic typing to try and figure out what he can figure out. If you'd like another check, I will roll.
And as you make that check, we're going to skip
Yes.
because Siegfried and Toph, it doesn't take you too long to get to Soho, busy area. Lots and lots of a footfall around that area. You are standing outside where the studio is. You can see that it would be it's a tall building with a number of similar spaces, and there is a like an intercom, and on one of them it says Cinder. So.
Toph just goes up and just starts mashing call buttons.
Yeah. Eventually, a voice answers. Hello?
Yeah, hello. This is one of your old friends, Toph.
Who?
Come on, Toph. 12,
I'm sorry.
12 seconds to London, Toph.
Listen, I'm in the middle of recording something. Is there anything that you want?
Yeah, I got a big fan here, and he's new to London, and I promised that you'd remember me if you saw me. We'll be real quick. He just wants to say hi.
Wait, how did you find my address?
You gave it to me.
I don't think so.
Oh, fuck.
Siegfried's
Sorry.
going to he was like kind of visibly nervous, I think would even be the word. Not even just because Toph is the one talking, but just in general. Please, it'll only take a second. It's important.
No, I'm sorry, Siegfried. She's just too important for us nobodies, I guess. That's what it's turning into. No one respects the fans anymore. And he has, I don't know if there's like a talk button, but he has the talk button down the whole time.
There is a long pause. And then as the door is buzzed.
As we're walking through the door, Toph's gonna give you a smile, and he's gonna say, "We're a good team, aren't we?"
Yeah, Siegfried just like throws his hands up, just like, "Oh my god!" Like, really is a tag team for the ages. It's really, really something.
And he's going to skip up next to you as you say that. He's going to throw an arm around you, give you a nice big hug. He's going to say, "Yes, coming around to my thinking. I like that." And we'll start walking up to her studio.
Yeah. Siegfried will just like shrug the arm off and keep going.
Doesn't take long for you to reach. It's at the very, very top of the complex. And before you even reach the door swings open and you can see a short blonde girl. She is just staring at you as you approach. Can I help you?
Would it be possible to is this clearly like the same girl, like the red hair is like
Cinder.
a wig, or is it
Cinder. Oh, sorry, I said she had red hair. Sorry, she has red hair.
Yeah.
Oh
Sorry,
yeah,
my
you
bad.
threw me off when you
I
said
was
blonde.
My
yeah,
bad.
that tripped me up. So I wasn't sure if it was the same person or not.
Yeah. What is it? Can I help?
Siegfried would just he would like glance at Toph and then like realize that he doesn't actually want Toph to do anything. Well, I'll make this as straightforward as I can. And like he says that and then immediately realizes he has no idea how to start this conversation. Like
Toph comes up, hangs his arm around you, gets up and talks right into your ear, Siegfried, like so that you can feel like brushing your ear. And he goes, "She knows. You don't have to tell her." And then he kind of just he pulls away, but he leaves the arm hanging there as he looks at Cinder.
Yeah, and Siegfried throws the arm off with his shoulders. I guess I'm a part of the same clan. I'm kind of new to this.
An instant look of pity falls across her face. How new?
Very few days.
You better come in.
Okay.
Not you. She puts her hand up to stop Toph from entering.
Toph does this really overly dramatic, like hands up in the air, like, "Whoa, okay." I'll just wait here, Sig.
Okay.
She gives you like a really kind of like weirded out look, like she doesn't like what she sees or hears from Toph. Like there's just something about you that she doesn't like. And she closes the door. Siegfried, you see that this is an absolutely gorgeous studio apartment. You imagine it would be one of the most expensive that you could get in the area. You can see that it is one side of it is entirely white. You can see surfaces. The floor is sort of like a shiny, sort of smooth material. You can see that there is an absolutely humongous plasma television upon the wall, flat screen. You can see that she has a studio set up in one corner of the studio, and you also see a number of amazing pieces of artwork that hang from the other side of the room, which is entirely black decor. So, what's your name?
I imagine for just a moment, Siegfried's just like wide-eyed, just like looking at all this artwork on the walls, just like almost put into a little bit of a trance by it. But then he kind of, sorry, Siegfried.
Siegfried. Interesting name. Take a seat.
Yeah, and he would do so. And he's normally already pretty careful and pretty orderly, but he would be even more so here than normal, like making sure that nothing that he doesn't have to put out of place is put out of place. Like he pulls the chair out like as little as he needs to sit in it, and like folds his hands like on the table, like very carefully.
So, you'll probably hear about my greatest work. No?
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar. Like he says that like almost embarrassed, as if he feels that he should know.
She gives like a really petulant kind of groan, and she like picks up her phone, like taps very, 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 very quickly, and then turns the video that's playing to you and puts it into your hands. You can see that she has a ridiculous amount of material, and it is really surprising to you that a vampire would be so overt and public. There is obviously nothing about her being a vampire in her content, but she is very much a front-facing kind of deal. This is my
Yeah,
greatest work.
and
I live in plain sight. I am there
I
and
imagine
I
as
am
Siegfried's
not.
like, I imagine as he's looking through like all this stuff, like all this like public video playlists and artwork that's being like shown openly. It's like, wait, you can still do all this when we're like this?
Well, yeah, I mean, beep, beep, and she gets a text. Sorry. And then she's on her phone, just staring at her phone, texting, and it's actually a bit rude. Whoop. Sorry. Yes. Yeah. Well, they don't know I'm a vampire. They think I got these looks just, as is.
I mean, I guess that's he, and like Siegfried points to the door, like where Toph is outside of. As everyone keeps just telling me that, my old life is gone, I can't do those things anymore. But you can just keep doing this stuff.
Look, I'm not saying
It
it isn't
seems silly
difficult.
to not have realized it, I guess, but it just didn't occur to me.
Let me let you in on a little secret. They don't like me doing it, but they can't stop me. I'm not breaking the masquerade. I've done nothing wrong. Look, it's not easy. There's so many things that I would love to do, but the pros outweigh the cons. I have superpowers. I'm rich. People love me. I just don't have any
Yeah.
pictures of me in the day on my Instagram.
A shame. I'm sure it's a lot more complicated to get good lighting that way.
It's true, but We tend to look pretty good anyway. I made it part of the act, Siegfried. I made it part of the act. Cinder. I glow brighter in the dark.
Ooh, it's very evocative.
Thanks. So,
So,
what are you going to do?
if there are, well, I mean, if you're here and you're like this and you're doing this, there must be others, right?
Oh, yeah. You can tell there's definite like disdain in her voice when you mention the others.
Sorry, this is just this is a lot for me right now. Like I said, this is new. Hmm. I guess it's just that simple, huh? You just keep doing what you. I mean, were you doing this before, or did you start doing this after? You know.
After. Before, no one noticed me. And now, I have awards, and she like points to like a shelf where she has like a certain subscriber thing, like award thing that you get when you pass a certain amount.
Yeah, it's very impressive.
Not everyone seems to think so. Those others you mentioned, they look down on what I do. They think just because of the stuff that I do is new, it is somehow lesser than the great Renaissance works. Bullshit.
I mean, it's pretty closed-minded. All artistic medium is effective artistic medium. You know, who's to say
Sure.
whether old painting or making videos or anything is better or worse?
She looks at you again. Siegfried.
Yes.
She gets on her phone. This Siegfried, and she puts her phone. She's got a selfie of her out front of a West End theatre, one that you had recently been performing in. You were amazing. Selfie, and then she basically ducks in front of you and takes a selfie of the pair of you. We cut back to Donica and Tess. What are you up to?
So Donica has like logged into the dark web, and he has acquired a large amount of ecstasy that he is going to send to Toph's house under Gavin's name, with the idea that he can sell that cheaply. It's cash income, so he'll be able to just like quietly slip that under the doormat of his wife's house, and none will be the wiser. So he's done that. He's ordered that, and now he's kind of just like drumming on the keyboard, trying to think of how else he can like get illicit money together.
You also looking into Tess's email as well.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, you have actually been. Oh well, did you make a roll? I'm sorry if I
Yeah, I
might
did.
have missed it in the chat. Sorry.
I got 4 and a 10, which is a reroll, or is it 2
It's
successes?
a reroll. Yeah, if you get a 10, you reroll.
No, okay, just 4.
Okay, so you are able to tell. I'm going to say from that you're able to work out where and on what computer the email account was deleted from.
Okay, my guess is the Shard. Is that right?
It's actually from Tess's work, the lawyer firm.
Huh. Okay.
You going to share that?
I'm thinking about it. That's interesting. Can I like have a quick Google of her workplace and see who the partners are or who the bosses are?
You certainly can. Taylor, you're going to have to remind me the name of the firm if you ever came up with a name.
I think we just picked one of the ones. I'll have to go back and look and see which one it is.
Sure.
Donica's
Hogan-
thinking.
Here it is. It's Hogan Levels International, LLP.
Yeah.
So Donica figures that they know that Tess has become a vampire, and there's a vampire somewhere in that hierarchy who is now working to ensure that Tess can continue working without too much disruption, but they've removed her personal email for some reason. That's his guess. He'll just take note of who those partners are, who like the high ups are, and yeah, that would be it. He would tell Tess then that it came from her work.
Sure.
But I haven't been to work.
Well, it wasn't you, Tess.
Oh,
Or you'd remember.
I just. Why?
Well, maybe they, and by they I mean your clan, want you to keep working because having another lawyer is useful to them.
So am I supposed to go to the office at night?
I don't think so. I think you probably have to go talk to those fuckers in the tower again.
But what if they don't know anything about it? God, what if the sheriff's there?
Well, if they don't know anything, I would be very surprised, firstly. And secondly, I'm sure if you asked them, they would find out very quickly.
I'm very sorry. One last thing that I have yet, I was meant to tell you, but I forgot because it was turned on my page. You note that the same login used to get onto the computer to delete the email account has logged in numerous amounts of times over the weekend.
Okay, all right.
Not just once.
Interesting. Does it start after we wake up? Is that the first instance?
Yeah, around about that time.
Okay. Yeah, so then Dunnick is pretty convinced that it must be something vampiric. He would say that.
Apologies, it would be the day after the embrace. So there would have been one day.
Yeah. Is that the day we went to the tower?
It was your second night or whatever, whenever that would have been.
What did we do? Oh, the hospital.
Mm.
Right. So Dunnick is like saying this out loud, and he's like thinking.
It's not when you don't think. I mean, that wouldn't make any sense.
A number of the logins were in the day.
Is it when just. I mean, it couldn't.
What do they have to gain?
I don't know.
By making it seem like you're alive.
Leverage of some kind obviously is what they're aiming for, but if it's them.
Well, I don't think I'm capable of getting into their systems, to be honest. I think that's a different story, but I think you're going to have to talk to your people about this. Feig is going to be useless when it comes to technology. You know, it's not his thing. And I would ask Peter, but he's dead. So I don't know who we can ask. And I figure of all the people, all the clans, it's going to be yours that are the techie ones.
I'm a little scared to go back now.
That's understandable. I'm going to check my own email accounts, and then I'm going to check Siegfried's if I can.
Your
Toph doesn't have any,
emails,
I assume.
your emails are absolutely fine. All your accounts are untouched.
Two-factor authentication. God damn it. You could have done Tess.
You know, It's just if your phone dies or if you forget it at home, then you can't get in and you have to leave and go back and get it to get the 2-factor. It's just such a pain.
Oh yeah, it must be really inconvenient. And then someone hacks your life away from you.
Well, I had someone take my life away from me before this, so.
What about Siegfried? Can I check his stuff?
To find
I'd
Siegfried's
have to
email,
hack it,
like,
wouldn't
I'm
I?
guessing you'll have to do another check. And whilst you do that, we're going to jump to Toph. Toph, you're outside the door, or maybe you've gone back outside. You've received a text back from Sid, and it reads the following: if he wanted to find you, he would find you. So what are you up to?
That last bit was not part of the text message, though, right?
Oh yeah, I was just asking.
Yeah. So the first thing he does, so as the door closes, I mean, Toph would just kind of be looking around, saying, "What can I mess with? What can I mess with? I don't like this chick," but he doesn't really see anything worthwhile. So yeah, he just kind of wanders back out to the street, and that's when he realizes his phone vibrates and he reads the message and he writes back. He goes, "I know that, but do you know what it's about? He doesn't just deal with small shit." And it's like one of those exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point.
Only 10 seconds go by before you get a one-word reply. Ripper.
So Toph's thinking, again with this fucking Ripper thing. You ever have that feeling like when you feel like you're in over your head? That's what the feeling Toph has right now. You know, he's weighing it. He's like, fuck. You know, he's been looking at plane tickets to America. You know, if he could get to the Americas, man, he could disappear, start a whole new life, put this shit behind him. He heard out in California that there's a big clan of Bruja, and they live things a little bit different out that way, far away from the old Camarilla. But then he thinks of Sid, and he owes that bastard too much. He's like, he just writes back, "Okay."
My turn.
And what do you write back to him? Sorry.
I'm sorry, one of my kids coming in asked,
Oh, it's okay.
so I muted.
There's no worries.
So he
No worries.
writes, "Okay, I'll deal with it," and then he sends it, puts his phone away.
Okay. Siegfried. 4 or 5 selfies later. What are you doing?
Yeah. So when she pulls up the picture of him on like the cast list or the whatever poster or whatever she pulled up, Siegfried's like demeanor like completely changes from like kind of the uncomfortable, nervous to like immediately like if he wasn't a vampire, his face would like be immediately more full of color right off the bat. "Oh, you know who I am."
Well, I don't know you per se, but I saw you perform. You're amazing.
"Thank you. I appreciate that. It's good to know that some people here still appreciate good art." He kind of nods towards the door.
You'll find a lot of our kind do, but some of them can be a bit elitist.
I'm sure.
Look, if you want
Yes.
to meet some of them, and she starts like typing. She actually reaches out for your. Have you got a phone? She asks.
Yeah. He pulls it out and unlocks it.
Yeah, she takes up your phone and she puts into the notes and she starts like typing in what looks to be a security code, and she turns it around and puts it to you and says, "The Tate Modern. There's a secret way in. It's where a lot of our kind like to meet sometimes. I don't usually go, but for you, maybe I'll make an exception. Do you want to meet there sometime?
Yeah, yeah, that would be awesome.
Great. Hey, do you want to be in a video with me?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Great. We can talk about the show.
Sounds great.
Have you been in touch with anyone that you perform with? You said it's been early. You've
Um, not yet. It's been 4 days. I didn't really know if I should or not.
you're just gonna have to be really careful. It's the sunlight. Never gonna do a matinee ever again. Well, unless you can hide in the theater somehow. And she like shoots you a small smile.
Yeah, like a look goes across Siegfried's face. Like part of him is like considering that as a real option, but the other part of him realizes that it's a joke, and that he probably shouldn't. Yeah, I mean, if you can make this work, he kind of like gestures to like the studio section. There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. Yeah. Maybe I don't have to stop. Maybe Toph was full of shit, like everything else he talks about.
He seemed really weird. But I lied. I have seen his
Yeah.
band.
He is weird, and I haven't seen his band.
They're okay. I just didn't want to say it to him.
Of course. Even that much, it'll go to his head, and then he'll be super annoying about it. It's a bad time. You made the right choice.
I think they play ironically. I don't know. I could be wrong.
It's tough to tell sometimes.
Sure is. Is there anything else that you need to know? Anything that you haven't been told?
Um, I don't know. It's so much that I'm not sure if I think of something. Is there a good way to get in touch?
You asking for my number?
If you're gonna make me say it.
Here. And she still has your phone. So she just puts a number into the phone. Hope to hear from you soon.
Yeah, of course. And Siegfried would kind of give probably like a little bit of a theatrical bow almost of like as he goes to leave. Well, some other time then.
Sure. Well, you know where I am. She opens the door, and I think, Toph, you're like doing something embarrassing or weird out the door, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll let people use their imagination, but it's definitely something that is just really awkward, an awkward moment type thing. Like maybe oh, I get it. She's got like this, so her hallway, she's got all these mirrors, and he's kind of like sitting in it, and he's kind of like moving that long hair out, and he's kind of like almost preening. And it's like that awkward moment where he's so into it, he doesn't even realize the door's open. And then when he does, he's like, yeah, let's get ready to go.
We cut back. I saw 9 successes for that.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yep. That's to get into Siegfried's email. What a waste.
I will say that because of that, and because your mind is on that, you think of something, and essentially this is me kind of giving you a clue. Something that Donica would think of, though, being as good as with computers he is, there is a chance that you might be able to use your skills to access the security systems of the building that Tess works in.
Ooh, yes. That's much more interesting than looking at Siegfried's email. Which I imagine is just endless, like new theater festival. It's just 100 ads for the Fringe Festival every couple of weeks, which is what my email looks like. Definitely, I will try and do that. Have a look into their security.
Okay, I'm gonna make you do another roll though. That was just to have the idea. I know it was 9 successes.
No, for sure. 1, 2,
because that's very rare.
Yeah. So I have 8 dice for computers. Pretty nice. Oh my god. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 2 10s. Okay, so it's only 3. It's 6 I need, right? 6 is what I need in the dice, right?
You need 6 success. It would 6 to get a success, yeah.
Yeah, so only 3.
Okay. You're able to access one camera, and it's at the very, very far end of the office where Tess would work. So, Taylor, why don't you describe the office quickly before I describe what else you see?
So, from the camera view, you can see this almost little sea of cubicles, and they're kind of in quadrants. So there's 4 that all have kind of a shared center, and then there's 4 over here and 4 over there. And along the far wall, you can see offices that get progressively nicer and bigger as you go towards the corner. And Tess was doing pretty well. She was in one of the larger cubicles towards the front of the office. She hadn't made it into an actual room yet, but she was moving up in the world. And so I guess from where the camera is, it's on the far end, and there's going to be some partitions partly in the way.
Yeah, so without too much difficulty, you're able to look at the time when the email would have been deactivated from that particular computer.
Yep, I'd like to do that.
And you see someone, probably the person who would find it the most easy to delete something of that nature. You see Tess.
Right. My first thought is that I can do that. I can kind of shapeshift and make myself look like people. Do I have any sort of feeling that it might be something like that? I wouldn't be able to tell over the...
difficult to say. And also, you're shapeshifting. I mean, you can change the way you look. You can't make yourself look like other people.
I can if I roll enough successes, yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
If you're great at it, you can make yourself look like anybody.
Okay.
I think Tess is looking over your shoulder as you pull up this camera feed. That's me.
Why'd you have me go through all this trouble if you went and did the...
She looks at you like, that's not me. I mean, it's me, but it's not me. I wasn't there. I mean, I don't even remember when I left on Friday. I haven't been back. It's not me, Donica.
From the looks of it, you've been working through the weekend like sometimes you'll want to do, and it begins to explain all of those work emails that were sent.
I'm going right now. I've got to go.
What? No, you're not. That's ridiculous. What?
I mean, I have to go see.
Either you have been in a fugue state and you have gone there and worked, which is scary, or there's somebody who looks exactly like you. Yeah? So what if you go away and they find you and then the other one comes back? How will we know?
I doubt the other one would know all the things that we've gone through.
Yeah.
Could ask any question.
All right. Just be careful. For fuck's sake. Oh, God.
Okay. You don't think I should go to the shard first, do you?
Wait, it's what is it? Monday night now?
Mm-hmm.
There's not likely to be anyone there, right?
At my work?
Yeah.
I mean, there's always somebody working late, but I mean, never more than half a dozen.
Okay. What if you get there and you're there?
I'll think of something.
I have to do this thing for Fag.
Yeah, sure. I'll meet up with you.
Let me ring Toph. He can go with you.
Oh, Toph is a train wreck. He can't have
Yeah,
he
but
wouldn't know
can,
subtle if it bit him in the ass.
right, but he can fight.
I'm not fighting anybody at my work.
Ring, ring.
Donica! Donica!
Listen, somebody's got to look after you. Ring, 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 ring.
Toph, your battered phone is ringing.
Hello?
Hey, we need you back at the internet cafe ASAP.
No, we
Okay.
don't.
Tess has to go somewhere. I need you to look after her. Oh, he's gone. Okay, so just wait here, and he'll come, and we can sort that out.
Okay. So the familiar feeling you all begin to feel returns. The gradual thrumming.
So on the way, Toph is going to suggest to Sig that that they grab a little snack on the way back to the cafe. He's gonna just say, kind of leave this little cryptic message with Siegfried by saying, "That was Donica. Something about Tess needing a babysitter." But yeah, we would probably duck into this maybe a pub or something along the way. Probably something a little bit more. We're in Soho, right? Something that would probably be more to Siegfried's liking than Toph's.
There's a number of very classy places in Soho. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you all to make the whatever power or whatever thing that you use to feed tonight. I'm going to ask you to roll it, and then we will describe how each of you feed this evening.
So, Rob, I'd want to see if we could get, like, maybe two of the people who work at this internet cafe, like, just stick my head up, like, we're having some tech issues. Could you guys come help us? And see if I could get one.
Well, it doesn't take two people to fix a computer, so one will come unless you think of a better reason.
Is there like I mean, we have this little private area. I'm thinking it's a room, whatever. Are there other rooms like that in this place?
No, you're just in the back room, and then
Okay.
there's the internet cafe out the front.
No, that's all good.
The time for you that you've paid is also running out. When we're talking about you're loaded, you could have just bought it for the whole night. Ignore that. One of them will approach, and yeah, go in, and he says, "Have you tried turning it off and on?"
Yeah, no, I know. I told her already. Just come here and have a look.
Fine. Bends over and he says, "But there doesn't seem to be any trouble with this at all.
Like, Danica is like looking at Tess, like, are you gonna fucking do it? Or
Yeah, she was like, oh right, and she'll lean down and bite him while he's leaning over.
Yeah, make the check.
So is this a brawl? I don't know if I remember.
I've been doing Dex and Brawl for the grabbing and biting of someone. Hopefully that's
Okay.
correct. I'm sure.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. Oh, I should probably oppose. Okay. What did you get?
Nothing.
Oh,
I rolled 5 dice and none of them were above a 10.
so you
Or sorry, above a 6.
to just grab him, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And like he sort of like lurches away from you, seeing with horrified eyes your canines elongating as you go for the bite, and he manages to pull himself away and goes, "What the hell?" And
I'm gonna have to get him.
okay, okay.
Tess, god damn it. Good job.
Okay.
Can I not manipulate somebody into letting me bite them? That would be much better for me.
One.
beat two-
Jesus Christ. 6 dice,
many?
1 success. 1 success.
One?
Yeah.
He's running. He grabs it. He critical, so he gets 2. He only gets the 1, but he got 2
Correct.
successes. He is running. He bursts from the door, going, "Oh my god, somebody help me!" People in the cafe turn around and go, "What?" As he begins to dash to the nearest phone. And that is where we're going to take a very, very, very brief break because I need to use the bathroom, and then we will continue.
That's not fucked at all. Way to go, guys.
Routine feeding, huh? I have a plan.
I can't wait to see how you guys get out of this. This is going to be fun.
This is going poorly.
Did Rob ever say how many people were in the cafe? Like how many people do?
I don't think so.
I don't think he did. but I'm in
I
trouble
didn't.
either way.
So
Want me
I'm
to
gonna
tell you how
roll.
Toph would deal with that situation?
I have a plan that I think will work.
Oh god.
I'm just kidding. He probably would never get himself in that position. Guys.
I really need to find a better way to try and feed on people because let's just face it, Dex and Brawl is not my strong suit.
Excuse me. I think Toph showed you one the other, 2 nights ago?
Oh
1
yeah.
night ago?
Right.
Sometimes a human gets lucky. Right, I'm going to roll a d8 and I'm going to see how many people are in this internet cafe. There are 5 additional people in the internet cafe, as well as the dude who's running from you. Oh, we're all back, screaming, "What are you? What are you?" As he's sort of like backing away, through the gap in all of the desks that the computers are on, like desperately scrambling to get to the front desk.
So the plan I have is to try and run past him using my shadowy, no one sees me sort of thing.
Yep.
I don't know if I have to. It says no rolls are necessary.
Not for your shadowy thing, no.
No, you can call for a wit plus stealth roll if you think they're like actively looking for me or at me.
Oh,
So-
well, you try. In fact, he will be able to see you, I think, but no one else will.
So will I make that roll then to vanish or?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, just because
Yep.
you failed trying to grab him, he would have seen you. Yeah.
Yep. 1, 2, yeah, Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Describe how you vanish.
So I like push the chair back and I push past Tess and this guy and move into the cafe proper, and I go and sit in one of the chairs. He, I guess, doesn't see me. None of the people there kind of see me. I move. Actually, I don't. I walk outside of the cafe, and then I'm going to try and change my appearance into that of a police officer. I don't know how likely it is to work. I need quite a few successes. I need 3 successes on this roll in order to change my appearance to appear the way I want to appear.
Okay.
It's not something I'm fantastic at, but if it works, then I will do.
That's fine, but that is going to take you.
Yep,
You're going to have
absolutely.
to leave to then go and do it to then come back. So that's going to leave Tess in this situation for a little bit. So Tess, what are you doing as this man is screaming like, "What are you?"
Tess is thinking, and she's thinking as fast as she possibly can. And she kind of comes up and goes, "Oh, I'm really sorry if you took that the wrong way. You're I'm sorry.
You're
Sometimes
a monster! You're a monster! And
I'm gonna-
like he scrambles to grab his mobile phone from
I'm gonna
the front counter.
Try and use my presence, but I can already tell you I failed because it's difficulty 7, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So Tessa's like trying to be like, "No, it's just a misunderstanding," and nothing.
He's like grabbing his phone, and you can hear beep, beep, beep as he dials 3 numbers and then hits call. I'm pretty sure you can guess which numbers he rings as well. Well, over here it's different. 999, he's ringing.
I got 3 successes and 3 fails. So that's what I need to. It says he appears the way he wants to appear. So I guess I'll look like an older man, bald, with like stubble. And my intent is to like walk in, see that there's chaos, and like whip out my wallet for a second and go, "Oi, it's the cops," and then apprehend Tess.
And does it? I'm not trying to like trip you up or anything, mate. But does it change how like what you're wearing and like
Not the clothes? No, it changes the appearance. Well, it says it's really vague. He looks the way he wants to appear for 3 successes.
Okay, I'm gonna say with like a good like persuasive roll. When you walk in, flash your wallet, then maybe we'll see how it goes. So if you give me whatever you're using to say, "I'm here," like
Yeah. So it would be manipulation and performance.
yeah.
Okay. 2 2 10s. Do I roll the 10 again if I got it again?
Roll the 10, and if you get
Jesus.
it, another success, you count it.
So then 6 total. I rolled a 10, and then another 10, and then a 9.
So as you walk in and show your wallet, the guy holding the phone goes, "That was a quick response time."
I heard shouting in here. What the fuck's going on?
I mean, and he looks at the phone, he realizes and then he's operator, what service do you require? And he sort of like presses the hang up button and he says, there's a creature, the girl, she tried to bite me. She has fangs, and like
Okay, pal. All right. Take it easy.
The remaining people in the internet cafe are just like shocked, just like, what?
All right. Maybe you need to take a breather. You sit down. Did any of the rest of you see anything go on in here?
One older man just says that he just went in and he started screaming. I mean,
Okay. Miss, can I see your teeth?
Ah,
All right. Are we satisfied?
and he's like, I just.
Maybe you need to drink some water, mate. I don't know. Are you all right? Take a seat. Have a cuppa.
And he sits down. But like his eyes don't leave you, Tess. Like he's like transfixed with horror, just looking at you.
yeah, just got her best innocent face on.
Look, are you gonna? Did anything happen? I mean, I don't see any crime being committed here. I don't.
He's just like, I swear, I saw it.
Okay.
I
Listen.
mean, I kind of hit on him a little, but I didn't think that was a crime.
Yes, that's it. Assault, officer.
No,
he tried
not
to
that
assault
kind
me.
of hit.
Harassment, then.
Whatever. Just get
Okay.
out of there.
Are you pressing
Technically,
charges?
harassment needs to be defined as a repeatable offense, something that's persistent.
What are you, a
Listen,
lawyer or something?
love. Yeah.
Oh,
Stay out of it.
just-
Are you pressing charges, sir?
I might if she doesn't leave now.
All right. Come with me, please.
grab her purse.
Let's not make a scene about this. You're going downtown, sunshine.
Again, his eyes don't leave you as you walk out of the internet.
Do I know this is Donica?
Probably not.
Awareness? Let me check. I'll definitely review awareness. It's supernatural awareness and perception, or yeah, awareness and perception, please. And that'll have to meet how many successes you got, Donica. However many that was. 6. So you've got to get more than 6, Taylor, on your awareness perception.
I don't even roll that many dice. No.
You don't know Donica's vanished, and there's this old dude
Yeah.
who's
So
saying
they
he's
get out. They get outside and just say, look, it was really just a misunderstanding. He said he wasn't pressing charges.
Look, it's me. Relax.
Donica?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You look different.
Yep. We need to deal with this guy. We can't leave him. We're gonna have to get him on the way home or something.
What? Like, off him?
He saw you be a vampire.
I'm not gonna kill him for that.
Okay, and then he just talks about it to all of his friends, and word gets around and gets back to Mr. Gisborne, and then they stake you.
Would he still feel the same way if he was like Gavin? But for me,
I don't know. I'm also not sure that it's. Listen, Gavin is a fucking. He's not useful. He's a pain.
yeah, he's not right in the head. This one runs a business. Or at least works here.
Where is Gavin? He was with you, right?
He was,
Right.
yeah.
I forgot about him.
He's vanished somewhere for the time being.
Well, we need to ask Toph or something. We need to figure it out. Because he saw you, and it's enough. The rumor is enough to get you dealt with.
Siegfried, Toph, you've been making your way back. Were you heading back to the internet cafe?
Yeah, they had with Donika's call. I think that was the plan.
I would like you both just to make rolls to see if whatever attempt that you were going to make would be successful against a human target, just so we can speed through that, if you don't mind. If there's a problem, then we'll go to it. I didn't expect that to go the way it did. So, right.
Yeah, that was 5 successes for me.
Okay, you're fine. And Toph?
Yeah, 4 for Toph. Oh, wait, no, I got a 10. Hold on. Yeah, 4.
Perfect. Briefly describe to me how it is that you successfully feed this evening, and we'll start with Siegfried. Briefly go through that.
Yeah, I imagine that as they went to somewhere a little bit nicer. It sounds like a little bit more of a classy place. So I think when they get in, Siegfried would go up to whoever he needed to go up to and say, yes, I'd something along the lines of like, I'd like to view your vintage wines if you don't mind. I'm thinking about making some purchases. And he would kind of like just barely flash the black credit card, just to kind of like as if it's like one of those like black American Express or whatever it is, like the super crazy baller credit cards. But I'll need to see it in person and just like basically ask this guy to like show him to it so he can see it before he buys it, and then when they're alone,
He says, a connoisseur, you must know what you like to drink.
yes, but I'll need to see it to make sure what you have is of suitable standard.
Well, if you'd like to come with me into the darkness.
Of course. Yeah, and then once they're in that room alone, would just sneak up behind and just go right for it.
And the feeling fades. Tough.
Yeah, so he doesn't want to, but he ducks into this shop that sells vintage wines. So he goes along. He's like, I owe it to Sig. I've been hard on him. So he's sitting in there, and of course, it's playing this orchestral music. It's quiet, a lot of violins and strings, and so he sees Sig approach this gentleman and disappear out through this door. So he sees a couple of other people there. So he just kind of walks up next to a couple of young ladies, probably getting ready to go out for the night. And he, he definitely does not dress for this place, but he surprises them by saying, Beethoven's Fifth, I think. And they're like, yeah. And so anyways, he starts chatting with them about the music, and he's gets them, finds out, maybe they just chats a bit, finds out where they're going. He says, I'm heading that way too. And of course, he's got to talk about his band, right? So he talks about his band. And when he walks outside, that's when he kind of whisks them into a nearby alley and just does his thing.
The urge fades. Now, Don and Tess, if you would like to make some rolls again, if you wish to try and feed again, or are you going to leave it?
Tess is shaken up. She's not going to try that particular method again. She just looks at Donica and she goes, "You will have much better luck than I. People barely even notice you. I'll figure it out later."
Okay, maybe wait till Toph's around. I could go in and ask that guy some questions about the crime and make sure that he doesn't talk about anything.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really know how that works. What are you
Like you
gonna
said,
do?
we could make him like Gavin, right?
Yeah,
Although, I don't know if that's like right, if the Camilla's okay with that. I don't know. They didn't tell us anything about it.
I don't know either. Maybe let's just wait.
Yeah, all right.
So eventually, you meet back up. Are you still near the internet cafe at this point?
Tess made sure she was like several blocks away, like across streets.
Sure. You can send them a text so they get the gist, and you're all able to meet on the darkened street. It is now about 9 o'clock at night.
Tough. What do the Camarilla think about ghouls? How do they feel about them?
They're a useful tool. They all have them.
So it's not like, the way you can't make vampires. You can make ghouls?
Yep.
All right, fuck it.
As long
I'll
as
be back
you
in a
don't
sec.
break- It's all about not breaking the masquerade, Donica.
Yeah, all right. I'll be back. And he's just going to walk towards that shop.
Which shop? Sorry, back to the internet cafe, or
Yeah, still looking like the policeman. I'm going to ask that guy some questions.
okay. He's still looking a bit flustered when you come in, and he goes, "Or are you? Do you still look like the police officer? Yeah.
Yeah.
What was with her?" He says. "I swear, officer, she was not right."
Yeah, so we brought her down. She had some substances in her blood. They're doing tests or whatever, but we can tell that she's not all there. I think she might have escaped from somewhere, actually. Just need to have a quick word with you. Have you got like a quiet place that we can talk? I need to take a statement.
Yeah, we can go in the back where they were, I suppose.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. He checks his phone, puts it down. After follow me, and he goes to the back room.
Great. I'll close the door behind me. Take a seat.
Yep, and he like pulls up the chair that Tess had been sat in, and just waits expectantly.
So how are you feeling? You all right? Everything good? And I'll take out like this scrap of paper and like begin writing.
Well, whatever it was, it must be made illegal because she looked feral. She looked like an animal.
Yeah, this new thing some of the gangs are using, Reaper, they call it. I don't know. It's pretty worrying. Yeah, that's what they've been calling it.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, I would stay well away because it's.
Oh, of course, officer. Of course. I'm clean as a whistle.
Dangerous stuff. Of course. All right. So, name?
My name's David.
David. Great. Yeah. And okay. And address. And I'll get all this sort of information. And what Donica's doing, he's making a list of like useful things about this person, like if it's worth Googling him.
Mm-hmm.
And are you married, sir?
No.
You live alone or with a spouse?
I've got my girlfriend.
Okay, yeah. And And where's that exactly?
My address?
Yeah, you can just blah blah blah. Great. Yep. Okay, right. Okay, and you're the owner of this establishment?
No.
Okay. Who owns it?
That would be Mr. Griggs.
I see. Yeah. Very good. Great. Alrighty. Okay, and can you just describe the event for me, please?
Well, I mean, the girl, she said that she needed help, something with the computer. So I went in there and
I'm going to be pacing kind of like around him as he's like talking. I would have been doing that sort of throughout, and as he's telling the story, I'll get behind him. I'm going to.
Okay.
Let's hope that this superhuman human.
He's got another critical.
Christ
Okay,
almighty.
so that's 2 successes.
Oh, three for me. 6, 6, and 7. Barely.
So it's close. So I'm gonna say that he, like, at the last second, might just catch a glimpse of you lurching over him like full Nosferatu, and he's like, but it's too late. He can't get a scream out, and you get him.
Okay. I'm gonna drink maybe a little bit more than I usually would, and then I am gonna put some blood onto the bite wounds.
Yeah. Yeah, you basically have to drain them until they're basically gone. So you get 2
Okay.
blood points. But he is going to need a bit more than that to sustain him. He's going to need like a bit more blood.
Okay.
Than that last time, because he was like bleeding freely and stuff. You know,
Right.
like yeah. So a little bit.
Okay.
But that's fine. I'll just maybe we'll be able to do that. That's fine.
Yeah.
And he kind of is just sat there, and he just sort of like slumps forward, and bam, and his head like hits the keyboard, and just like a whole load of different letters just start going across the address bar on the open browser.
I'll make a point then to like lift him off that and go in and like unlog myself, because we were still in there, like log out of everything that I had been doing and like remove the browser history and clear all that sort of shit up with as much detail as I can.
Okay. So by the next night, you will have a new ghoul called David Weatherby.
My ghoul army.
Many have done so before. David Weatherby. There we are. So, with that completed, are you going to go back to the rest?
Yep. So I'm confident, I think, that when he's ghouled, he won't be able really to betray me, I don't think. Or like he wouldn't want to anyway.
It would be significantly difficult for a ghoul to betray their master. Yeah.
That's kind of what I figured. Okay, great. Yeah, so then I'll get back outside.
It wouldn't be easy. So you rejoin the others. What's the plan?
Okay, so that's dealt with, and he'll look at Tess and give like a knowing look. I need to go and deal with this thing that Faye had told me to do. I would like to do that now.
You called us here and said it was important. What's up?
Yeah. Tess, you want to tell him?
So, do you know, Siegfried, I told you that there were emails from my work account, sent from me, even though I hadn't been sending them. And Donica was able to pull up a security camera from my office because he figured out that someone had been logging in on my computer there. And it was me. Except it wasn't me. It was just someone who looked like me.
Huh. I don't know what to make of that.
It's something that I could potentially do, my clan, but I'm sure that there are other clans that can do it. Maybe it's something else, though. Maybe it's just like a person who looks like her. We thought maybe it might be Winchester, or maybe it might be the Shard. We don't know, but Tess wants to go and find out, and I don't think she should go alone. And I drew the short straw last time, and I had to get the shit kicked out of me by the sheriff, so I don't want to do it again.
Siegfried instinctively looks towards Toph.
You owe me one, buddy.
Toph doesn't say anything, just shrugs his shoulders.
As fun as it is being the short straw, I can go by myself. I'm not planning on fighting anyone or anything. I'm just gonna go to a law office and have a look around.
Yeah. Well, did you plan on the sheriff showing up down in was it out
Down street.
down street?
No, but to be fair, Donica wouldn't have gotten the shit kicked out of him if he hadn't been mouthing off.
Yeah, I'm sure it was done.
Oh, so it's my fault that guy's a fucking tyrant.
I didn't say that.
All right, guys. Now's not the time for this. Tess, I'm going with you. It's not open for debate. I know you think that you'll be safe, but I don't want to risk it. We got too much resting on all of us succeeding here.
I have one condition.
We gotta figure this out. Yes.
Don't be my babysitter. Be my friend.
Of course.
All right.
He'll turn to Donica and give it a wink so Tess can't see it.
Bastard.
So Donica will turn to Siegfried. I need to go and deal with this thing that Fag asked me to do. So, you want to come?
Yeah. If the person you're dealing with is one of us, which it sounds like he is, probably best to have some backup.
Alrighty. Let's go do these things, and then we can meet up. I don't know, in Underworld again after.
What about him? And she'll jerk her thumb towards Gavin.
He just vanished. Is he back? That'd be so weird if he just like, oh, hello.
You look and he's on the opposite side of the street and he's just standing there looking at you.
Right. Yeah, about him. Maybe he might be used. No, we don't want to take him with me. I think I'm going to feed him, and then we'll see how lucid he is, and I'll decide.
Okay. So you can feed him. I forgot to say before, when you feed him, that's a blood point. I keep forgetting to say. So when you feed him, it costs you a blood point. He gratefully drinks from your wrist. And he says, "What now, Ratu?"
What now? How are you feeling?
How am I feeling?
Yes. Are you well?
I am very well. Thank you for asking. How are you?
Fantastic. Thanks, Gavin. Listen, I want you to go check out this address, and I'll give him the address of the place that I was going to buy, or that I was going to rent.
Okay.
Have a look at it, see what it's like, and do you have a phone, Gavin?
No, I don't know where it is.
Right. That's not
I
ideal.
have this. And he pulls out a phone.
Great, that'll do. Yeah, that's good. Use that and take lots of pictures of the place, okay? Of the inside of it, of all the rooms, of all the corners, of all the windows, and of all the doors. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Do that, and then go to where we slept yesterday and wait for me.
I will wait for you
Good.
forever.
Okay. Too much. Okay. You take it easy, Gavin.
Bye. So, did you write down an address? I can't remember if I told you the address for Jeremiah.
No, I don't think we got an address for Jeremiah. We got his name.
Yeah, that's right. You just got his name. Yeah.
Yeah, and Faye didn't tell us an address, so
An address.
we'll have to find out a different way. He did say what business he was in, which I can't remember.
Yes. I can give. I'll tell you what. Just to make things easier, I can give you the name of the business. Just
Okay.
bear with me 1 second. The business is called. Oh, Siegfried, you're going to be so annoyed. It's Cirque Le Sour, or Le Sour, and it's in Soho.
Okay. So then that's where I'll go. I'll tell Siegfried, okay, we need to go to Soho. And I imagine there's just this look of like,
Yeah, just groans. You kidding?
no? Something funny?
Well, I was literally just there until you called us and told us to come here. And now we're going back over there.
So we'll get a cab.
Whatever. It's fine.
I'm feeling flushed, so I'll get a cab.
So it's going to take them a bit longer to get back to Soho. So we'll go with Tess and Toph. Your offices, if you are going to your lawyer's offices, are in central London, so it won't take you too long in the very centre.
Yeah, Tess would kind of start that way. She's just not really saying anything. She's unhappy with how things went and wishing she was better at all of this. It rubs her the wrong way to keep messing up.
So you're going there? Are you on your way? Yeah. Is there anything that you and Toph want to discuss before you arrive? Because like I say, you'll arrive there first, so that's the imperative at the moment. What's the plan?
So I guess Toph would get as much information from her as he could. Like, all right, tell me what you guys found out. Like, it wasn't you, but it looked like you.
Yeah, I mean, the camera was kind of far back from where my desk is, but it looked like me.
Be honest, Tess. If you went there, it's okay. I mean, I won't tell the others, but
It wasn't me, Toph. Swear to something.
promise me one thing, though. Don't take any risk, okay? And listen to me.
Everything is a fucking risk, Toph.
I know. All right. Yeah, okay. But I need you to listen to me. You know? Can you do that?
Can I trust you?
Of course you can. Would I still be here? With all the shit we've been through? I don't want anything to happen to you guys. Hell, I'm even starting to like you all. What's wrong with me?
Yeah, well, you're not too bad yourself.
I know. I mean, thanks.
Just when we get there, be chill. Low
Right.
key, inside voices.
Always. When am I not? And he gives you that playful look that says he's totally joking with you. But then he nods his head. Then he says, you guys taking a couple more steps or whatever, and he's like, I'll be on my best behavior, promise. And he does one of those little cross the heart things.
All right. Guess we'll find out how good that is.
Now, I'm going to be nice and say that because you have your bag, you have everything that you usually have, I'm going to say that you'd have your access card in your wallet, maybe, or in your purse, perhaps. You arrive, and it is a large building. It is pretty tall building, actually, and your firm, belongs in there. It is dark, but there are still a few lights on. Tess, you know that a lot of people would be in cleaning around at this time. They clean at night. But, what's the odd cleaner? And people working late as well, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, she'll go in, and it's weirdly familiar. She hasn't been back here, and it feels like in a lifetime. So much has happened. But the lobby smells the same. Her shoes make the same noise they always do walking across the floor. The elevator ding is the same. And it seems like life has just gone on without her.
Yeah, it seems really strange being there, and you're in the elevator and the doors open and you see a familiar face. It's Nose Job Judy. Oh, hello, Tess.
Hi, Judy.
Did you change?
Yes, I'd spilled something.
Oh. Yeah, and you beat me down.
I take the stairs sometimes. Good cardio.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
of
realized
course.
I'd forgotten my keys, so had to back up.
Have you had your hair done? You look different.
Yeah, couple things have been different. It was a crazy weekend.
Huh. Well, here's to the rest of the week. Oh, and if you see Karen, tell her from me she can fuck off.
I'll do that. Have a good night, Judy.
Bye. She's one of those insipid people that
as Toph kind of is standing in the background for that exchange, and as she kind of walks off, he looks at Tess and he goes, "I like her."
Yeah, you're the only one.
Okay. So as you enter the floor that you work upon, we're going to shoot over to Donica and Siegfried. You see before you you're back in Soho. You see quite a strange looking place. This the Cirque du Soleil, or however you pronounce it, I can't remember how you pronounce it, but essentially it is a kind of cabaret joint. You can see that there is a number of strange attractions and entertainments on offer within this place. As you walk in, you see what looks to be a snake charmer playing music to a cobra that is coming out of a basket. You can see bearded women. You can see fire breathers blasting flames into the air, and the crowd generally enjoying it.
Yeah. So we'd like to make our way in. Really only here to see Jeremiah, so I think he would say to Siegfried, like, let's just try and blend in and see if we can spot anyone.
Yeah, and like I imagine Siegfried's just kind of like looking at this pure just chaos of this place and just like Why does every place that we go to have to be like a nut house? You were just let's just find him and yeah, get this taken care of.
Can I help you? A cold voice comes from behind you.
I will turn.
Before you, there is a man with long, straight black hair that comes down to his shoulders. He has a sort of deep, deep red suit with a black shirt. He's incredibly pale and has clearly singled you out from the crowd and is talking to you in a hushed whisper. He has very peculiar eyes, peculiar indeed, even more so for a vampire. There's something strange about him. And he looks you up and down and he says, "What is it that you are after this evening?"
Well, I imagine that anything I was after I could find in this lovely establishment, but particularly I'm in search of a Jeremiah.
I see. Lloyd, I would like you to make me a check of some type. I'm just bringing the character sheet up. I would like you to make for me a straight stamina roll, please.
One.
Something almost indescribable happens to you. Almost because I now have to describe it for you. You look at this individual and it's almost like he's looking at you, but looking beyond you into the very blood that runs through your veins. And you can feel as if for just half a second, your heart beats.
I guess I'd look at him and I would say, I would like you to stop that.
And he sort of turns his head to the side and he says, "Are you scared of what you will find?"
And Donegal doesn't really know how to react to this. Feeling his heartbeat was very, very odd. And this person is very, very odd. He's here to do what Fag told him to do. He's not here to engage with this weirdo. He's not here to ask deep questions of himself. He's a man who thinks of the mission. I'm not sure what I would find. It's not the time for me to find that. It's the time for me to find Jeremiah. Do you know where he is?
Jeremiah. Yes, he is downstairs. I shall take you to him if you wish.
That would be great. Thank you.
And he nods. My name's Vincent, by the way.
Charmed.
And you? And he looks at both of you.
Siegfried.
Ah, an old name.
Mr. Leach.
Mr. Leach. He looks you up and down. Fitting. With me, my friends. He leads you through this carnival, like bursts of flames from the fire breathers sort of wreath your walkway as you follow him through this establishment. Siegfried, a bearded woman, seizes you at one point and you're having to wrestle to get away from them. And eventually you reach the back of the establishment. You're walking through and it seems to be open to the general public. But then you reach a flight of stairs that goes up, one of those iron spiral staircases that lead you up to where there is a balcony portion, and then you take another one of those up into a different level of the establishment. You see that you're in a small, what looks to be like a waiting area, and there are a number of people dressed immaculately, human beings in suits and cocktail dresses, and the best of the best kind of really, really rich looking people on the top floor of this place. And he says, because of your, and he looks you up and down, disposition, I'll be inclined to allow you to skip the queue. Welcome to Ecstasy. And he pulls back this curtain and he offers you to walk in first.
I guess I look at Siegfried like, are you going first or am I?
Yeah, Siegfried would just kind of give this like very apprehensive look, but then just we're here, and he would take a step in.
Vincent sort of follows in after you. He's keeping very, very close to you. And it's a little bit disturbing. But what is more disturbing is what you see before you. You see in lines on divans and chaiselons, on comfortable chairs, and beds of all different descriptions are like lining the walls of this place. You can see the lighting is dimmed, candles flicker in the corners, and there appear to be human beings being feasted upon by vampires. Vincent says, they do not know how we achieve it. We do not wish to break the masquerade, but we offer a euphoric experience, one that none of our customers are able to explain.
I
Human
see.
beings, essentially, that pay for that feeling.
See. And is it not a little dangerous,
Right.
Vincent?
Why, not at all. We are within the remit of the masquerade. But that is not for me to be concerned with. Rather, the owner of this establishment. And he gives you a nod, and you turn around and you see that in the shadows, in the far shadows, you see a vaguely familiar sight. A Nosferatu emerges from the darkness, and he says, "Can I help you?" We move back to the lawyer's office. What are you doing?
So, we've gone up the elevator now, yeah?
Yep, you're on the floor that you need to be on.
Yeah, so we're up maybe 9th floor or something. Should get Toph. Toph. You caught
Yeah.
that. Like the other me is here.
I was thinking that, yeah. Must be interesting.
Do you want to go first? I mean,
Yeah, sure.
then just see if there's because I don't want to walk into the room and there be 3 other people and 2 me's. And maybe you can at least just see if there's anybody else around, or if it's just the other one.
Yeah, so which way am I going? That way?
Yeah,
And he
go,
just points in a general direction.
yeah, go left. My desk is kind of all the way at the end of this room.
All right.
And so Toph would kind of stroll ahead, walking like where he's supposed to be.
Perfect. And Tess, where are you waiting?
Tess is gonna kind of wait. Like, sort of in the hallway before you go into that room, and she's just watching to see, like, looking in if there's anybody else around.
Okay, so we'll say that you're waiting where maybe the toilets and the water cooler would be or something, just out of the way on the side of the office floor, perhaps.
Yeah.
Toph, you're walking through the office, and thankfully there doesn't seem to be anyone nearby that's working late. In fact, there's only one light on across the far side of the floor. Seems to be relatively empty. You reach where Tess has described her office, and you see her name written in letters upon the office door, just a glass-fronted office, the wall glass as well. And with simply peering in, you can see that there's no one in there.
He would do a really a quiet whistle, maybe just loud enough for, well, Tess and anyone that distance away would hear.
Tess, you hear that whistle, but then you hear something else. The door of the ladies opens, and you're confronted with a familiar sight. Walking out and then just stopping and looking kind of a bit mildly surprised, you're looking at yourself.
Her jaw just drops.
You shouldn't be here, you say. And you begin reaching towards yourself. And as you do, you get a closer look. And this thing that looks like you almost looks like a patchwork of a human being with two large black sewn-in buttons for eyes with a stitched mouth, and it begins to advance. And that is where we're going to leave our session tonight. So after that, we're going to take just a brief moment to say role-playing moment and learning curve. And we're going to begin with Siegfried tonight. What did Siegfried learn tonight?
Siegfried has learned that perhaps what he thought was he was so convinced by what everyone had told him that his old hopes and dreams and his old aspirations were gone. That this new form means that he could not be those things anymore. But then he talked with Cinder, and she has shown him that that's not necessarily the case. That even though he's changed and he's this new being now, that he can still find a way to do the things he wants to do with himself. I think that's kind of given him a strange sense of like control and like ease with being in his current situation, that perhaps maybe it's not quite so different from before as he was concerned with it being.
Yeah, definitely. Good pull. What did Toph learn?
You know what's so great? Because Toph was sent with these newly embraced vampires to be their guide, but I would almost argue that Toph is actually learning a lot from these three new vampires because he hasn't spent a lot of time with newly embraced vampires. So what he learned tonight is remember the long game. He's very impatient. He wants things to happen. He wants them to happen now. So I think the learning moment for him tonight was with Donica's first ghoul, Gavin, because the Toph would have just smashed that guy's head against a brick wall in an alleyway and left it for that. But as he thought more about it, as Tess and Sigmund kind of bickered in the underground, which is why he left. That's what I think his learning moment was. You got to remember the long game, Toph. You got to be a little bit more patient, and I think that's what it was. Learning a little bit more patience tonight.
Definitely. Really good. I like that you're learning from the others. That's really cool. Donica, what did you learn?
I think he's learning to make a web. Like he had that one Ghoul, and that struck him as like, oh, even though this one's not great, it's like not fully functional. Even if it takes him a year or 10 years to fix him with blood, what's that to a vampire who lives forever? And if you have one, why don't you have 20? Why don't you have 50? Why don't you have 1,000 of these people who like serve you and do what you say? Like, why would you not have lots of them? Why would you not build this web? And that's what he was doing in the Internet Cafe too. Just like beginning all these different enterprises and trying to string a thing together so that in 10 years' time, he'll be well situated.
You accessed the dark web. You became a drug dealer, essentially.
Yep.
That's what you learned. That's great. And finally, I think it might be the obvious thing, but Tess, what did you learn?
Tess learned that there's some sort of creepy-ass patchwork passing for a human other her. Yeah, nope. That tops out for tonight.
I've been excited about a few things that have cropped up this session. One was Cinder. I was really happy that we finally got around to meeting Cinder, and I was really happy that we got to meet what that thing is. And I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it is something that is in the World of Darkness lore, which I absolutely love. Okay, so now we're going to talk about our role-playing moments. So let's begin once again with Siegfried. Siegfried's role-playing moment. Everyone chip in.
Learning that he is like a superstar, or like that, or seeing the opportunity that he could still make art, still do the things that he used to do. I thought it was really interesting, and it was like well described and like made clear to me that like he's like, oh right, I can still do the things that I like doing. So I live a nightlife anyway. I lived one before I became a vampire, and I can do it now.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just going to say I really liked how annoyed he was that like he'd been in Soho and then had to come back and then went back to Soho just because it's just an annoyance like that. I really liked his reaction to that.
I just like how chill Siegfried is with almost everything. Tess is like, my email account's been deleted and someone's been sending work emails, and he's like, that's weird.
Yeah.
And he's just so even keeled, which this group really needs. We need someone that's even keeled.
I liked that Siegfried was more animated in this session. Like oftentimes he's very quiet, he's very introspective, while the rest of us are usually a lot more expressive in how we kind of going through our trials and tribulations. But tonight he was a lot more expressive, and I think we're starting to see, and I really like to see that Siegfried coming out. He's finding his place, and I think meeting Cinder was really like one of those pivotal moments in Siegfried's life as a vampire. Yeah, I loved it.
I think that was what was needed, and that's why I was kind of waiting for you to like start looking for the Toreador and finding Cinder, because like I think above all Siegfried was the one that needed like a bit of hope, just because he's the one that's like feeling a bit lost in all of this, and that's given him a guiding
it was
light.
So subtle with the exchange between Cinder and Siegfried, but I think all of the rest of us as players, we saw it. I'm sure Jeff felt it. Was like that like beacon of hope, like, wait, you mean I can literally do things and be normal even being a vampire? So I think that was awesome.
Definitely. I was also excited to finally show you the vampire YouTube sensation living in plain sight, because that's been in my mind, like with the talk of technology and stuff. I knew there had to be a vampire somewhere on the internet that people know, but they don't know it's a vampire. Toph, what was Toph's role-playing moment from everyone? What do you reckon? I'm going to say mine was the intercom. I really like the intercom bit.
It's like not a particular moment, but it's the general sort of toughness of like getting there and just going like It doesn't just ring once; he just rings until it's answered. You know, like and like it's all those little bits where he's just like obnoxious. He's always like in people's faces. He's always like acting impulsively and doesn't really think ahead. It's just like it's consistent, and I think like that's hard to do with someone who's so obnoxious.
Yeah.
I really liked how hands off Toph was with the whole Gavin situation at the beginning. Like Donika's trying to ask Toph all these questions, like, "What do I do? What does this mean?" And Toph is just like, "Whoa, man, this guy is your deal. I'm not touching that. Like, that is for you to find out and you to solve. Like, I'm not getting involved with that pile of mess." Just like how he's done so much for the group, but at the same time, like he doesn't want to be the final responsibility, the responsible one who gives all the answers and gives all the declarations. He's like, no, at some point, Donica, you got to make your own mind up about how you're going to handle your mess that you made. Like, I'm not going to clean it up for you just because I've been around the block a couple more times than you.
Definitely.
I think I like when Toph is like messaging Sid and asking questions, and that kind of insight that even though he acts like he's cool and knows what's going on, he's still really kind of confused, and some of this is over his head too, and he's just not really letting on. And I like getting to see that. It's like, what? Why is the sheriff here? Like, come on, what's going on? Even though he's just downplays it really well with us.
Definitely. Donica's roleplay moment.
Coming in as the police officer. Absolutely. Excuse me as I like to get the cat off my lap. Yeah, no, Donica, Lloyd, you are scary. You think so fast in games and like have all these crazy tactics, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna clean out this guy's bank account, and I'm gonna come in as a police officer and like get this guy to calm down. Like, who thinks of all these contingencies?
That was our first feeding gone wrong as well. Like, it does happen every now and then. I'm surprised it took us 6 sessions, actually, but every now and then, one gets away, at least for a bit. Yeah, anyone else?
For me, the role-playing moment that I loved was the alleyway with Gavin. After Donica had spirited out, I mean, Toph planted just enough of a seed of panic in Donica that he ran out after Gavin. And he went out there with that purpose of ending this guy, getting rid of that liability. But the scene that Lloyd role played out with Gavin, with you, Rob, was just awesome, I thought, because Donica plays off like this hard ass, and he can be, but you still that humanity, there's still that compassion that he has. He still thinks about his wife. You know what? I just love that. I just thought it was great. I mean, I think it was great that he let him live rather than taking the easy way and just like killing him right there or letting him bleed out. I thought that was a great moment.
Yeah, that's the exact scene that I was going to say too. Just it's really interesting to see the moment where, because Donica's like the entire time been like practical, even hyper practical. Like we just need to do what we need to do to have the best chances of making it, and we never really saw that come to a head at all. But seeing a point where that practicality ends and we still see a bit of the person that's there of like, I should kill this guy. He's a liability. He has no idea what he's literally crazy. There's no reason why I should let him live, but I can't bring myself to actually do it. I think was a really cool kind of moment to see that like ultra practicality peel back to kind of reveal a little bit more of a still human being somewhere in there.
Definitely. I really enjoyed being Gavin. I don't know if you could tell.
Gavin is fantastic. I'm glad he's sticking around as an NPC.
I totally love Gavin, not gonna lie.
But I enjoyed that scene. I just thought, well, yeah, he's like he got hit so hard in the head that obviously something might get healed, but maybe healed back the wrong way, maybe. So he's just a little bit nuts, which is always fun. Anyway, big thank you to my wonderful players. That was the longest session of Vampire we've ever done. We've had the liberty of having a longer session, which has just been great. And for those of you watching live and after the fact, thank you ever so much for watching. And we'll be back soon for more Vampire. If you like this video, give it a like. If you'd like to see more like it, then give me a subscribe or not. We're all friends here. Or are we? Take it easy. I hope that all of your performances are up to standard.